There is one thing I'm good at.
Dreaming?
If Kim finds out we got made by a 9-year-old, my career's over.
What's the option?
Kill her. Make it look like an accident. Yeah, maybe the stairs.
What?
Wow, still recording.
Hey everyone, Ryan here. So if you guys can recall from a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks probably, almost being exact almost, My Spy made its debut on Amazon Prime. And I was glad this finally came out because it was, since the theaters are closed due to COVID-19, this movie was supposed to be a slate to open back in March. But this, if you guys can actually recall, this movie was supposed to open multiple times, even back into 2019. So I'm glad we actually got our chance to go see it on Amazon Prime. So bad we didn't get the opportunity to see it in theaters, but because the theaters being closed, we have no chance to see it streaming. And I think it's cool that Amazon Prime has pulled this movie up. And speaking of My Spy, I felt this was a really good movie, good action comedy movie with Batista. If you guys are familiar with Batista, he's been a wrestler in the past. He's now a retired wrestler, of course. I've been watching it for 30 plus years, and I know him by Batista, but he also is the name of Dave Bautista. So if you guys can recall movies as well too, he made his earliest debut making special appearances on the TV series Chuck, and back in I think it was around 2012, something like that. And he started getting acting roles in these big movies like The Scorpion King 3. And speaking of that, this as well too, I'm just gonna say a small little remark because if you guys can remember The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I'm used to calling him The Rock this again. I say I watch the wrestling, but The Rock made his debut this as well in The Mommy Returns, and he made his big feature movie debut with the first Scorpion King. So that's pretty cool how things kind of happen there. He also Batista also made an appearance in Riddick this as well. So he's got a good background, and he also had a small cameo role, if you guys can remember, in that James Bond movie, Spectre, if I'm saying that right. Spectre. Interesting name. I can't wait for that new Bond movie, but I don't think Dave Bautista will be coming back because he was killed off by James Bond. That's going Bonds. James Bond. Well, and he has made a special great acting roles in Guardians of the Galaxy this as well. So we know him as Drake's in that. He's been making really big splash at the box office. He's really competing with other big wrestlers as well because John Cena just recently retired, making his appearances as well on the screens. We got The Rock. But speaking of My Spy, let me focus once again on The Spy. I was just trying to give you a good background of Dave Bautista, which I actually think he's a pretty good actor, I gotta say. Here, I'm throwing myself off the subject once again, reflecting on another wrestler, which is The Big Show. He made his debut with this TV series, The Big Show, which I thought was pretty good. I would recommend that was as well. But let me go back over to My Spy because I am throwing myself off track now. But reflecting back on the movie My Spy, Dave Bautista's character is a CIA. He checks with the surveillance over the family to make sure they're safe because some family member is working with bad business, a bad guy, in other words, and making sure they are safe. But what happens? A 9-year-old girl walks into the room and discovers that Dave Bautista's and partners, their plan of what's going on. So that's pretty much the story. It's a pretty simple story, but the connection with the 9-year-old girl and Dave Bautista's character is great. I thought it's great chemistry, and then later on you discover he gets involved with the mother of the daughter. And it makes a fun little story, I gotta say. It's a fun action comedy movie, I gotta say. This movie is PG-13, and I still recommend it for the whole family. There's mild violence and mild language, but overall it's just plain fun as it is. And if I were to give a grade for My Spy, I would give the grade of a very high B+. It's just some certain things I thought were a little off key and stuff like that, but overall I thought the movie was well done. I'm glad to see Dave Bautista moving into the role of acting. He does a pretty good job, I gotta say. And he's really good as a villain, I gotta say, in Spectre for the James Bond movie. And Hotel Artemis is something else I didn't mention back earlier in this video. And he was great with him and Jodie Foster. I haven't seen that Jodie Foster in quite a while, and that really just worked really good. And speaking of other actors in this movie, Chloe Cloman, who played the 9-year-old girl, I thought she did an outstanding job. Beautiful little young girl. I see a very bright future for her if she continues on with acting. I think this is a great way. I'm going to make a little small statement here too, because I notice with every wrestler that comes in and tries for acting, I just feel like they work with a kid, and I'm thinking of The Rock right now. If you guys can remember the Tooth Fairy, I kind of see that a little bit. He made that good family movie, and being the Tooth Fairy, he was, and he made a statement. He made a statement of he can actually do family, and that was one of his first movies too. This as well. You can't handle the truth. So I gotta say that was pretty good. And speaking of John Cena, he's kind of making that same way this as well too, because Playing with Fire was a kid-friendly movie. Now I felt this was a kid-friendly movie this as well too. It's maybe a little violence as it is, but overall, if you look past that and everything, it's actually a good average movie. A mild language again, I'd say, but not as bad. And it's just a perfect family movie. So if you guys want to see a good family movie on Amazon Prime, check this movie, My Spy. So with that being said, I'm going to start wrapping this up and saying, my name is Ryan Crutch. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. I'll see you at the movies next time. Bye.
Test. I could smell a lie. Endorphins release an odor, and the ultimate tell, the slightest blink of an eye.
You mean like this? JJ, I admire all of your tattoos.
Stop.
What is he doing?
This looks like the wedding at the end of Shrek.